So I'm a documentary filmmaker, and I've done a lot of video journalism in the past, and right now I'm on tour with Resistencia, the fight for the Iguan Valley. This is your top 5. What's that dude from Montreal? What's he been watching on the internet? So RSA Animate, they'll take these 10-minute speeches of a big idea, and they will provide this really cool visual aid of the marker, the squeaky marker on the whiteboard in fast motion. And my favorite one, I think, probably is the paradox of choice.
Why we feel so overwhelmed in front of choices, and every one of you probably has had the same experience of going into a supermarket and just being, horrified by the choices.
It just put into words like something that I think we've all experienced.
The most important thing about choice is that choice always involves a loss. So when I choose one direction in life, I lose the possibility of another. And dealing with loss is something that is highly anxiety-provoking today.
And that's like, and anyway, she takes that all the way into like toothpaste and in the grocery store and in the restaurant and all these different places, and talks about how this plays on our psychology.
Why ideology of choice is actually not so optimistic ideology, and why it actually prevents social change.
I yearn for a society in which I only have one type of toothpaste to choose from. I don't care. Okay, well this is the video that I've been watching the most of maybe any video in my life. Like ever since this happened, and then I was able to get access to it on the internet, it's been something that like, every few months my brain resets and goes, no, that didn't actually really happen. And then I go watch the video, and it's more amazing than I imagined. The version I want you to watch is with the French commentators. It doesn't matter if you understand what they're saying, just like even they're basically celebrating their team being embarrassed. So they cannot deny that this is the most amazing thing that's ever happened.
Regardez ça, regardez ça. Oh, il y passe par-dessus.
I find that people that don't like sports say that it's just this thing that's only about competition. It's just like us versus them, rah, 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 and there's nothing else to it. Well, if it was only about winning, then Vince Carter would have passed the ball to one of these 3 all-stars to his right for an open layup. But sports has always also been about performance. In the same way that somebody can go appreciate a concert or, I don't know, a theater play, you can go appreciate a basketball game without cheering for either team. So Frank Lopez, better known online as The Stimulator, has been doing this show called It's the End of the World as We Know It and I Feel Fine since like before YouTube.
I ain't saying he's a gold digger, but he ain't messing with no broke niggas.
I don't know if there was somebody before him, but he's definitely the first person I saw doing this. And it's now become a thing that we just take for granted, that you will take clips from here and take clips from there and mash them all together and put music and all that stuff.
Hurricane came through, fucked us up round here. Government acting like it's bad luck down here. All I know is that you better bring some trucks round here. Wonder why I got my middle finger up round here.
And then Frank has kept it going, so you can go check out submedia.tv and you can see he puts these things out like at least every month, mashing up different things. It's a great perspective on like what people who want to change the society from the root are often thinking about and saying about some of the things that are around us and what they're doing about it. And you'll also laugh your ass off. Yeah, so one thing I like to do when I'm online is go and check the trailer that I spent a lot of time editing. that I think that I've seen, a lot, but I like to just go double check that it's still there. And so I think I would suggest everybody out there to go do that at resistenciathefilm.com.
Entrando a la tierra, tocándole los intereses económicos a estos grandes terratenientes, es de la única forma que nos han escuchado.
I'm a real fan of when societies are forced to ask themselves the big questions. Unfortunately, it often takes a crisis for that to happen. And in Honduras in 2009, it was a military coup d'etat.
The president of Honduras says he's the victim of a coup.
Manuel Zelaya was taken into military custody and whisked away to an Air Force base on the outskirts of the capital.
In 2009 in Honduras, people were about to vote in a referendum to rewrite the constitution, and that's when the coup d'etat happened. And so the movie starts at that moment when everybody's thinking big, and the military's in the streets stopping them from carrying this out, and then it follows these particular group of farmers who react by just saying, all right, well, if we can't do it through the electoral political process that we're told we're allowed to do this through, then we're going to do it ourselves.
A las 9 de la mañana se dio origen al Frente Nacional de Resistencia Popular.
So in Honduras, they have a verb that they've created basically called refundar, like to refound the country. Okay, so this country was already founded, but like we need to refound it under a new thing. And I think like it's pretty clear that the U.S. could go for that. Unfortunately, I think it's going to have to take a big crisis to get people moving in that direction. And the world would probably benefit from the people in the United States, you know, rewriting their constitution in some way that involved everybody. Because, as I'm sure most people are aware, most people weren't participating when the United States Constitution was written.
Education. Oh, all of a sudden we're Breaking Bad. Oh.
With what is called like a special cookie.
Du kommer vara bang snart. Du bang. Snart är du helt bang.